What's up, YouTube? It's artisanmc, and this time on Geek Speak, I'm going to go over some of these D23 trailers. Now, it's not all of them, but I have some other stuff to do today, so I'm just going to give my reaction to some of these that dropped and then go on with my day. So, like, share, subscribe, support the stream, the video if you feel so inclined. And we're going to bring up this first one. Now, this show I'm looking forward to. I've been following it for a while since they've been developing it, so I understand a lot more is going to go into this show, a lot more lead ins to other franchises, basically using this as the tent pole, and everything is shooting out from this show. So, this first one is going to be the trailer for Mandalorian Season 3. And we'll see what that's looking like, because I've purposely not looked at any of this stuff at all, because I want to be impressed, and I do enough in following some of this news and getting bits and pieces of it to share with you guys that I'm really trying to moderate how much of it I actually know. So let's see what's in this trailer. And make sure that's over there somewhere else on the screen. That's not gonna work. Yeah, one of these is gonna work. I'm gonna get myself a huge fucking copyright. It is what it is. Alright. Well, song about it. Wanna hear it?
This is the one that you saved? You are as its father. A clan of two. But you have removed your helmet. Then you are a Mandalorian no more. Your cult fractured our people. Where were you then? Did you think your dad was the only Mandalorian?
All right, kid. Hang on. You ready for an adventure?
All right. Well, that looked a little bit exciting to me. One, I like seeing Carl Weathers come back, and I think his character. I had his name on the tip of my tongue, and I just completely forgot it. But I think he's got an elevated position now, so that's why he's wearing the more gaudy robes and stuff like that. I think he's like a governor or something like that now. So interested to see what's going on with that, because later in the trailer you see there's some people facing off against him, and I think they're probably trying to take over his spot. So of course he would call in the Mandalorian to give him some help. It's always good to have a Mandalorian on, hyperspace speed dial, as it were. Other thing I like seeing is a lot more Mandalorians in this show. You saw Katie Sackhoff as Bo-Katan, and seeing the Mandalorian actually go back to Mandalore, showing the burned out dome that was made during the purge of Mandalore. That looked haunting. That looks haunting. But if you remember on Book of Boba Fett, when Mando went and talked to the armorer, she told him that he could, pretty much get his honor back by, getting in the waters of Mandalore. And so that set him on his next point in his quest, where he's going back to Mandalore to kind of bathe himself in the waters of Lake Minamando, so he can get, his honor back and all of that. Now, you saw Bo-Katan giving him the shit about the group that he is a part of, which is the Mandalorian Death Troopers. Now, understandably, they're the more hardcore group of the Mandos that never take off their helmet and all the rest of that. For me, that makes them cool. I like my Mandalorians usually always having on their helmet and people not knowing what the fuck they look like under their helmet. But I'm crediting Dave Filoni for Mandalorians taking off their helmet a lot more, because it was due to the Clone Wars show, where you're constantly seeing people's faces. And that is creating some problems on the outside right now with Pedro Pascal and Mando Season 4 and him wanting to have his fucking helmet off all the time. It's just creating a lot more of an issue. At least my side editorial on this is that Mandalorian should always have on their helmets. So apparently I side with the Death Watch Troopers, that you should always have your helmet on and nobody should ever see your face. It's just what the hell it is. That's what you're known for. It doesn't make any sense for everybody to walk around in Mando armor with their helmet off. It doesn't to me. So even with that, with all the Mandos, I like seeing the different armors. I like seeing the different types of armors and the different colorations of armors. That's why I always want Mandos with their helmets on, because the unifying thing is their armor, but how they adorn it or decorate it or color it is always what's different. That's what makes every Mandalorian, even though they all look pretty much the same, unique. That's what makes them unique. And Mando walking down with the pimp Silver Beskar, silver and black, like, Raiders, I like that. That's cool. Set people off when you walk into a bar with that on. So I'm looking forward to this season. Mandalorian has been one of those shows for Star Wars, Disney Star Wars, that has been a bright spot in the guiding light for the Star Wars franchise to get back on its feet. And it suffers some delays right now because of all the external stuff going on with Lucasfilms and Star Wars, but they really are trying to use this show as the dividing rod to get everything else out through. And I don't really have a problem too much with that. It's just they're doing a lot of retcons to lore and introducing characters, and I just want them to really focus on a Mandalorian story and take this character Din Djarin further forward. But the trailer looked good. I see some stuff in there I'm kind of excited for. More fights, more spaceship fights. The little hopped up Naboo cruiser that looks like his costume. Him and the kid, Grogu, spacing out in it. I like that. So I'm looking forward to seeing this, and I'm looking forward to some action. So next one is going to be, since I take the Mando down from there, next one is going to be this show that I've heard about, but I haven't really watched much on, which is The Tales of the Jedi. Now, admittedly, so some of this stuff is just cannon fodder in a sense, but this show, I believe it's an anthology, is probably the way some of these other Star Wars shows should go on Disney Plus. They would probably work better as anthologies because it's always new, fresh information. And because John and Dave at Lucasfilms right now, effectively running Lucasfilms, are trying to bring in so many characters, it would be a quicker pace to bring in all these characters if they just dropped them into anthology series. So then you can use an episode, 30 minutes or an hour, to introduce this character and let people get a feel for him and have it be done. So the character is already in the universe now because you did one show with them. They're there. And you can always pull them back and expand more on the story. I think that would work for all the Legends characters and stuff they want to bring in and get there. That could be a very concise way to bring that material into that universe, put it out in front of the watching public. They see it, they get it, you move on, you come back to it later. Like a hit once, like, sample platter for Star Wars. So I'm going to go ahead and look at this Tales of Jedi. I know this is another one that Jon Favreau is actually involved in. This is not a KK vehicle, like fucking God. So I don't know much about it, but I'm looking forward to seeing what it is. We're going to do that right now. Here we go.
Everywhere there is life, but you must face death. Honor it. Do not fear it. Jedi. Ahsoka is Jedi.
The best way I can protect you is to teach you how to protect yourself.
Master Dooku.
I want to bring peace and order to the galaxy.
Master, stop!
It is the only way you will truly have victory.
My Padawan. Again. Again.
Dooku, stand down.
I'm tired of fighting.
I've been warning them about the coming darkness.
Let's hope all that training pays off.
And who might you be?
Okay, sorry, I had to look and see if there was more to it, like a post credit thing, or was it just a commercial? It's just a commercial. That looks good. I forgot the fact that this was all CG animated. But what I'm seeing and I'm really interested in is, outside of Ahsoka, I understand Ahsoka is hella popular, and that's Dave Filoni's creation before he even came to Lucasfilm. I don't want to see her in everything. I don't. I'll watch this in that Clone Wars style animation to get more on Ahsoka, more on her history and stuff like that. But look, man, I don't have a problem with you putting your creations into the Star Wars universe. If I was writing for Marvel, that's what I would do. I'd put my characters into the Marvel universe. But you can't keep propping everything up off your fucking characters. That makes you an opportunistic infection, man. You're just feeding all your characters in there. And every story has to now go through your characters because that's the only thing you want to write. That's kind of bothering me because I know this Ahsoka show, this is outside of this trailer, but I know the Ahsoka show that they're working on, and he's working on live action, they're doing a bunch of retcons to shit. They're changing the way Anakin was. Changing the way Vader was. Look, man. And I want to try to seem stubborn and like I'm a curmudgeon stuck in one place. But I don't need all these goddamn changes. I'm sick of them fucking up the past and rewriting the past all over again. I've said this before. He's only fixing mistakes that he made already, that he introduced. So now he has to fix it. But he's not. He's just making more. So anyway, beyond that, seeing young Ahsoka, okay, that might be fun. I know there's some hardcore Clone Wars fans that will love and eat up all of that. I'm not that taken on Ahsoka. I never was. I know who she is, but everything is pivoting too hard on just her. And she's only a character that was made up, in the last 6 or 7 years? Maybe 10? So, whatever. Beyond that, the story that seems to really be interesting me is Dooku, when Dooku was still a Jedi. And that's really interesting to me. Because, Count Dooku's apprentice was Qui-Gon Jinn was Dooku's apprentice. And they had a scene where he was there. And you see Dooku kind of getting frustrated, I guess, and slipping and doing a little bit of dark shit. But you also get is Mace Windu there too, with Dooku. I'm really interested in that because I won't pass an opportunity to see Mace Windu on screen doing shit. I won't. Because this is a character that George created and introduced, and he's got little development for me. He's got very little development outside of the book, outside of showing up, I guess, in the Clone Wars a little bit. There's little development for Mace Windu's character, and I think he deserves it, being the only Black Jedi that you have. Excuse me. So I would be more interested in that than the little young orange girl. So that's for me. It looks interesting. I really do want to see that whole Dooku story because Dooku was always an interesting character to me. And if they go into more of that in that show, awesome. I'll be there to watch that. That looks fun. So that's it on that. I'm not going to get into bitching about them doing retcons and stuff because I'm really not liking their retcons. But okay, cool. Now this next one is going to get into some Marvel stuff, right? So this D23 Expo, they did the Lucasfilm stuff, which I missed initially. I understand that they did show the Indiana Jones 5 or something like that trailer, which I'm not looking forward to seeing Harrison Ford killed again. I'm not. I know that's what's going to happen with this. I fucking can feel it in my bones. I got a bad feeling about this. They're going to kill Harrison Ford again. Another one of his iconic characters. Again. I don't want to see that shit. Excuse me. But beyond that, Lucas panel was first, and then the Marvel panel was second. And Marvel panel is apparently a lot of D23 exclusives. They're not releasing it to the public. So the ones that they do, or they have released to the public, have been interesting. And the first one is going to be this, which could be a little sleeper for a hot moment. And this will be the Werewolf by Night trailer. Now, Werewolf by Night, Jack Russell is a older character from the 70s where Moon Knight popped up and stuff like that. He's part of that dark supernatural side of Marvel when they used to do, horror comics and stuff like that. This is one of those holdovers in a sense. So he's an all right character. I think movie-wise, we've gotten past werewolves already after Twilight and that. I think we kind of done with werewolves. So I'm really not sure how the fan base is going to be feeling the werewolf, but it's something different from the MCU is getting to a darker character which gets you closer to a Blade, closer to a Midnight Suns. So, fuck it. I guess it'll be what it'll be. So let's see what this is, what this trailer looks like, and we'll take it from here. Sorry, I got too many fucking windows open.
This Halloween, you can't escape the shock, the terror of Werewolf by Night.
Tonight, it is every hunter for themselves.
Good luck. I'll be rotting for you.
But one of you is a monster, masquerading as one of our own. I can't wait to find out what breed of evil you are. You wanna see this, darling?
Please don't do this. Death is coming for you!
Werewolf by Night.
Okay, that's pretty funny because the whole opening scene reminds me of some old 80s, special presentations like on HBO or something like that. And then the way the shit is shot, it reminds me of some old Kolchak the Night Stalker stuff. It does, dude. It's pretty funny. It's pretty hilarious, right? Already in more and get this like some Robo Vampire shit. Now, I'm enjoying that little bit of nostalgia break in a sense because it's taking things differently than you've seen in a while. And it just makes it look like some grindhouse stuff. It's all in black and white and gray tones. And they do the shadows and the kooky arm cut off and stuff. And that was horror movies for us back in the 70s or 80s. That's what it looked like, dude. So that's why I laugh when I see it because it's nostalgic. To where when I was younger, that would have been terrifying. And as an older man, it's like, that's fucking comical. It is comically fucking bad nowadays. Just showing how effects and stuff like that have gotten better. But it's interesting. One of the characters that I'm seeing in this, or actors I'm seeing in this, it looks like Christian Ritter is in this as the main chick. I don't know what's going on with that, but I'll be curious to find out. And then the other one is the guy from the lead actor from the movie Old by M. Night Shyamalan. And I'm forgetting that actor's name, but I recognize his face. And if you haven't seen Old, go watch Old. That'll mess you up. That movie Old will mess you up. I was having, people were having reactions in the theater, and I was one of them. Had a panic episode or something like that in that theater watching that movie. That shit was intense. That's why I don't think people talk about it. But be that as it may, this looks interesting. It looks pretty funny to me, and it'll be something kooky to watch in October coming into Halloween. That'll be something fun to watch because it's only a one-shot kind of thing. I know Moon Knight's supposed to be in it, so it'll be interesting to see that because that Moon Knight should not be the Mark Spector Moon Knight unless this is happening in current times, because it looks like it's supposed to be happening in, an older point. So I don't know, but it looks fun. It made me laugh and smile and thinking about it right now. It's like, okay, I'll watch that. I'll expect it to be goofy and be fine with it completely. What I didn't really see a lot of is what the werewolf transformation looks like, and they did an interesting job of showing the transformation during a silhouette and not you just seeing it on camera. That'll be interesting because that's what most werewolf shows is judged upon. What does the werewolf transformation look like? Does it look painful? Does it look automatic? Is he running on all fours? Is he standing up like he's on cloven hooves? I mean, how is it going to work? And that's always the critique on werewolf characters. You know, the transformation and the fur. Right? So I'd be interested to see that. I'd be interested to see that and have a good laugh with Werewolf by Night and see what the Moon Knight cameo is. But that's fun. That's about as much as I can say on that. That's actually kind of fun. So the next one I'm going to look at is something I am looking forward to, and I gotta take that opening clip. I'm gonna have to keep that one. Next one is another MCU thing that I'm interested in, and it goes back to an actor I want to see back on the screen for the MCU. Excuse me, and I'm waiting to see on the screen for Lucasfilms, and that's Samuel L. Jackson, one of my favorite actors in the world. And this is the whole thing with Secret Invasion trailer. Now, Secret Invasion is where, in the comics, you found out that a bunch of your heroes on the Avengers had actually been replaced with Skrulls, and they had been living here on the planet for a while and had replaced a lot of heroes, and you didn't know it. So, in effect, it was a secret invasion. So, the point of the story became in finding out who all these people were, why were they here, and who was a Skrull and who wasn't. Now, that setup in and of itself is interesting as hell to me, and they could actually pull it off a bit in the MCU because they've already introduced the Skrulls. Now, in this, they're going to have to introduce another set of Skrulls. I get that. Okay, well and good, but I'm really wanting to see how they flesh it out completely. Flesh it, because I'm thinking they're going to shit on it. How they flesh it out in a Disney Plus sense and not a movie sense. So let's take a look at this and see what's going on.
For years, you've been avoiding Earth. But I have called for your help plenty of other times, and you've been pretty content to let those calls go straight to voicemail.
Yeah, well, this is different. How much do you know about your security detail?
What do you mean, how much do I know about him?
Fury, we're gonna be very careful now.
You're in no shape for this fight that lies before us.
This is just the beginning.
This is my war alone. And I'm the last person standing between them and what they really want. And what is that?
Okay, that looks like there's going to be some action in it, and I'm happy about that. But there's one part I want to see again because I was looking the wrong direction when I did it, when I played it initially.
What do you mean, how much do I know about him?
Ross.
Fury, we gotta be very careful now.
That's the thing. That shit. Oh shit. Grab the dude and then everybody in the room turned into the same dude. Yeah, they rose up on him. Oh, that looked like some shit. That looked like some shit. That to me is what will be fun about a secret invasion. You don't know who's who. You don't know who's who. And there's so many of them that they could just pop up. Now, what you see in this is Samuel L. Jackson playing Nick Fury, right? Ben Middleton playing the Skrull, I'm forgetting his name, from the Captain Marvel movie. He's in it. I like Ben Middleton, but Ben Middleton is a phenomenal actor too. Both him and Samuel L. Jackson have both been in Star Wars, Lucasfilms movies as well. You got Kobe Smulders showing up again, which I'm fine with. I like Maria Hill. And you got Emilia Clarke showing up too, who's, I don't know, Emilia Clarke is getting hot to me. It's like as she gets older, I don't know what it is. It's like she's single too. I keep thinking like in the back of my mind, like I got a shot. Like catch yourself, Brian. Get her. I'll be your drunk. But you got Emilia Clarke in this as well, which is fine. She's already had her stint in Lucasfilms, and now she's doing MCU. So, like I told you before, Disney like having they people playing in their Magic Kingdom for a while, so they just move from one franchise or one studio house to the next. So all these people are paid up with Disney already, so they get moved around to the next project. This with these Skrulls being here and Nick Fury having to work with Ben Middleton's Skrull character. I'm forgetting the Skrull's name. Jesus Christ. He was the funniest thing in Captain Marvel. God damn it. That's terrible. That can actually be fun. You got to see Martin Freeman playing Everett Ross, I assume, and understanding that it's getting a little military espionage vibe to it really worked for me because that's who Nick Fury is. Nick Fury is the super spy. Nick Fury is the super spy in the MCU. All this, not even back alley, but kind of espionage stuff that goes on behind the scenes that you never hear about. Nick Fury is there and involved with that shit. So that's what I'm looking for in this show. I also saw Don Cheadle in it, which is good. Haven't seen Don in a minute in anything MCU. I'm looking forward to the Armor Wars stuff. If they find some way to give him his actual fucking legs back, I'd be happy about that. But I don't want to see him having to keep crawling around. That was not something that was standard for James Rhodes in the comics, and I don't like that they paralyzed this James Rhodes in this. Somebody should be able to fix it. Too many big brains running around for nobody to be able to give him anything but some robotic legs. But I like seeing Don Cheadle there. I would actually pay more money to see Don Cheadle in more MCU movies than I would pay Brie Larson to show up one more time. That's just me. So I like seeing him there. He's in the military. He's in the Air Force. So he's having some connection with Fury. They're actually sitting down and having some conversation. I like that. If they can introduce some of these other people that are actually involved, I'd be good with that. But I'm looking forward to this installment on the Disney Plus show because I want to see what goes on with these Skrulls and stuff like that. Because to me, I think Skrulls are kind of fun. in the MCU. The Skrulls are kind of fun. They can be little dicks, but it's fun. Having a race of shapeshifters in a sense makes things kind of interesting. Gives you some character development that you can get into with each one of these different people who can be anybody. So I'm fine with that. And with that, that's the last trailer that I have right now. I'll probably go over some more tomorrow on Shop Talk Live, 11 a.m. Pacific Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll probably go over some more on that because D23 is going on right now. So more will come out during the day. And there'll be more trailers for me to sit down and take a look at because I'll have some time to do that. So I've been artisanmc. Like, share, subscribe, and support the channel. Appreciate you guys. And I will catch you next time. Peace.